Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Friday, March 10th, 2023. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup. That's very warm. Who's here? Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Dennis. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, all the rest of you out there, whether you're watching live, later, or listening. Thank you for coming by. So it is Friday. It's also Chuck Norris's birthday. Did you know that? It's Chuck Norris's birthday. How did I know that? Because I was a few minutes before the show scrolling through Facebook, and I am Facebook friends with his wife, and she was wishing him a happy birthday. So kind of cool. It's the closest I can get to Chuck Norris as being Facebook friends with his wife. I'll take it. How are you, people? What's happening? Dennis says, happy March 10th day. Oh, Mario Day. Yeah, happy Mario Day, party peeps. There we go. Maybe I'll have to play something. I could play Mario Kart later. All right, all these messages need to stop. I'm just trying to turn on Twitch. Here we go. How was your Thursday? Nope. We don't need to listen to myself from 2 seconds ago. How was your Thursday? Did you check out that episode of Martial Arts Radio? I have received zero feedback thus far, which is not what I want. I want feedback. So if you have feedback, post it in the Facebook group or email me or message me or something. I want to know what you think. Dennis says Mario Kart all day. You know, of all the games, all the multiplayer games, I don't think there's one that as many people are down to play, you know, as Mario Kart. Everybody will play Mario Kart. Mario Kart's so much fun. I haven't touched it in a while because it's not nearly as much fun unless you're playing with other people. Dennis checked out the episode, says he's going to post feedback. Great. Let's call it the saga of the TikTok video continues. That video, it slowed down a little bit, but man, there was a point late Wednesday into early Thursday where every time I opened TikTok, I had a dozen messages to respond to. It was crazy. Now it's just more likes, and actually I'm attracting a lot of followers, which is great for Whistlekick because we're using my personal account as like the Whistlekick TikTok. So I've added 100 followers just from, I mean, it's up over 10% just from one video. So that's kind of good. I'll take it. No, today, what do I got today? Got a couple meetings today. Nothing too big. Probably go to the gym later. Got a ton of work I got to do. Or no, that's not true. I have some work I'm going to do because it's Friday and I'm not. The days of me working crazy hard on Fridays are pretty much over. I'll do it if I have to. I don't have to. I'm not going to do it. And then this weekend, and I believe you will be there. I will be in New Hampshire for Andrew's monthly event where Mark's teaching. And I'm excited for that. Excited to learn from Mark, hang out with people, see what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to see Dennis. Am I going to see you there? Yeah, so that'll be fun. Sunday, another improv class. So tell me what's going on with you. How was your Thursday? What are you doing today? What are you doing this weekend? I want to know. We had a great school owners mastermind yesterday. We dug into a topic that I'm not even going to tell you what we dug into, but it is a very relevant current topic. And it is exactly why I enjoy the mastermind format, because 4 of us came together and we learned an immense amount from each other. It was awesome. Possibly the best meeting we've had of this group, and this group's been meeting for a while. And just a reminder, if you're a martial arts school owner, you can get into that group for $50 a month through Patreon and get all the other Patreon benefits, and it's a tax deduction. If you have a school and you're aware of what we do and you are not in this group, I don't understand. I just don't understand. There's so much going on there. So much great stuff. Good morning, Brian. The other things going on today, I don't know if you all remember, but over the summer, I rented out a corner of my land to somebody in an RV. And considering how little I had to do, I made considerably good money for that. I still have that on. But of course, there's snow, and I was contacted a couple days ago. Somebody said, "Hey, can we stay?" I was like, well, you can't stay in that spot. It's covered in snow. And you can't really stay in the other spot because it's also covered in snow. But I can accommodate you in the driveway if you're not too big. And they converted a van. Sounds like a couple. And so I'm going to have people staying in my driveway for a couple nights. Sweet. I won't have to do anything. They'll just give me money. It's great. Who doesn't want that? Rebecca had an excellent Thursday. It was very productive. And then I got to go to class to finish the day. The highlight for me was that I was able to run around the dojo 5 times without having to stop for warm-ups. Typically, I have to walk it. That's awesome. Congratulations. I hope that feels as good as I recognize it. That's a big deal. Good morning to you, Nathan. Dennis says, weather permitting, he'll be in New Hampshire for Mark and Andrew and Abby's Superfoot pretest. We're expecting a snowstorm early morning through mid-morning. Oh, I was unaware of this. This may or may not impact my plans as well. I will have to check it out. What else? So I'll come back tomorrow night, hang out. Probably won't be here too much because I'll give the folks in the camper, in the van, some privacy. They're parking not far from my bedroom. Which, yeah, I might want to give them some privacy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know these people. But this is why I have a lot of security cameras, because I don't have to worry about anything. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see when they arrive, because that'll potentially change my timing today. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to an appropriately busy weekend. Not too busy, just busy enough. There's a co-working space in town too that I've been aware of for a long time, and I'm going to go check it out just as another, hey, get me out of the house kind of a thing. It's quite inexpensive. It's $50 a month. So I'm going to go see what kind of people are working there, and are they actually working, and what's the vibe like? Because that's what I need to know. I've learned I can't be around people not working while I'm trying to work. That's worse than being alone while you're trying to work. Jenny says, would you give them less privacy if you knew them? It depends on who they were. Some people, yes. Other people, more. Tommy says, you might see something you don't want to in those cameras. Well, it's kind of cold. Cameras aren't going to be in their van. So I hope not. If I catch stuff I don't want to see on the cameras, they're getting kicked out. That's the long and the short of it. Sent out more gear yesterday. I got more gear to ship out today. People are buying gear left and right. And so one of the things, and I've been putting this off for about a week. This is something I caught myself. I almost said should. One of the things I want to do, and it won't take me as long as it feels like it's going to take. I want to do a full inventory on gear, and place another order, because we are selling gear. We are actively selling gear. The gear is profitable. So let's do it. You know what, Jenny? I'm not even going to read that comment. Perhaps you are right. Is there anything else I wanted to throw at you? Anything from yesterday? Signed another martial arts school client, and this is the last one that was in the pipeline. So once I get all these folks onboarded satisfactorily, which will take another 4 to 6 weeks, then I'll open up for new school. So if anybody out there knows a school looking for some help, they can get on the waiting list, which there aren't a lot on the waiting list right now, which is great. And once I get through the backlog, I can start helping these people too. I'm running through my day. I'm seeing if there's anything else I want to. No. Everything's good. Everything's good. I'm not surprised. I'm just happy. Things are good. Episode 800 coming in a few weeks. 800. Man. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're about to have 800 episodes. All right. Well, it is Friday. It is Chuck Norris's birthday. I don't know if any of our material today will reflect that. Oh, and I had a short but a good call with Frank yesterday. It was nice catching up with him a little bit. And I'm drinking coffee. It's decaf, but I'm in the French press. So I get volume here. And I mixed it, I don't want to say perfectly, but pretty darn close. So let's see what Frank gave us. Thank you, as always, to Frank for all of your work on the show. Thank you to Josh for our theme song. Thank you to Denise for the audio. And because I think I only acknowledged it once. Shout out to CJ for the updated countdown graphics. Because this one doesn't have the word stop. Okay. Yup. Good job, Frank. We could have done anything you wanted, but so we got jokes and we got stuff for Chuck Norris's birthday. So let's start with the jokes. Rebecca says, and now I want coffee. Frank says we all have to hold Jeremy accountable so he doesn't should all over himself. Really try not to. That's messy. The jokes for Fun Day Friday. Jack's nimble. Jack was quick, but Jack still couldn't dodge Chuck Norris' roundhouse kick. It's all Chuck Norris today. Yay. In the beginning, there was nothing. Then Chuck Norris roundhouse kicked nothing and told it to get a job. Chuck Norris once roundhouse kicked someone so hard that his foot broke the speed of light. If you ask Chuck Norris what time it is, he always says 2 seconds till. After you ask 2 seconds to what? He roundhouse kicks you in the face. I don't want anyone to pass away. But I am hopeful and optimistic, those are the same word, that when Chuck Norris does pass in like 100 years, we will have a whole new crop of absolutely wonderful memes. Think about it. Chuck Norris appeared in the Street Fighter II video game, but was removed by beta testers because every button caused him to do a roundhouse kick. When asked about this, quote, glitch, Chuck Norris replied, that's no glitch. Since 1940, the year Chuck Norris was born, roundhouse kick-related deaths have increased 13,000%. Chuck Norris' roundhouse kick is so powerful, it can be seen from outer space by the naked eye. Chuck Norris once roundhouse kicked a coal mine and turned it into a diamond mine. Chuck Norris once shattered the space-time continuum. He felt so bad, he put it back together. Mission Impossible was originally set in Chuck Norris' house. That's a good one. Chuck Norris uses pepper spray to season his meat. Chuck Norris plays Jenga with Stonehenge. Chuck Norris has a diary. It's called the Guinness Book of World Records. Chuck Norris can dribble a bowling ball. When the tooth fairy comes to your house and she takes your tooth and gives you money. Sorry. When the tooth fairy comes to your house, she takes your tooth and gives you money. Period. When Chuck Norris comes to your house, he breaks your tooth and takes your money. Chuck Norris won an arm wrestling tournament with both arms tied behind his back. And the last one. When Chuck Norris lifts weights, the weights get in shape. That was great stuff. Thank you, Frank. Happy birthday, Chuck Norris. Walker, Texas Ranger. What a beloved man. Hey, good morning, Kara. Kara says, us having only one car for husband, son, and me dropping them off has gotten me up early this week to actually watch this live. Morning, all. Well, good morning. Glad you're here. Stacy loves the Stonehenge and the diary ones. Jenny says, oh, I'm a happy girl. Thank you, Frank. It's a good set of jokes. Before I completely run out of cream in there, I'm going to pour some more coffee. Stacy says, oh. Stacy says, beloved man and bad actor. Jenny says, I laughed out loud for sure. Tommy says, nice guy too, and owned his mistakes. Well, that's all we can do. None of us are perfect, but we can learn from what we do. We've got some quotes from Mr. Norris. Senor Norris. What's his real first name? Does everybody know? It's Carlos. Everybody knows that, right? On this day in 1940, martial artist Chuck Norris was born. And we've got 3 quotes here, and I'll read them, and we talk about them. Nope, not that one. One of my life's principles is to develop myself to the maximum of my potential in all ways and to help others do the same. It is sad to me that there would be another way. Why would we not want to develop everything we have? We're given gifts. Most people squander them. And it's sad. And this is where we separate the achievers from the not. The achievers say nothing. They say yes. The non-achievers make excuses. Well, yeah, but Jeremy, a lot of people, tough. Very few of us were born into easy conditions that also led to greatness. It doesn't happen that way. The things that make people great, the mindset, the process of overcoming those obstacles. Is it not a cliche that when people are given an easy life that they don't achieve? In fact, there are studies about inherited generational wealth and what happens with that. And it's gone in many cases within a couple generations because the discipline to achieve that, to earn that money, that success, whatever it is, if you just give things to the next generation, they don't have the discipline to hold on to it. And some of the self-made folks that I pay attention to, athletes, musicians, etc., talk about this. They say, look, I'm not giving my kids everything. I want to give them opportunities, but they have to work. I'm not going to just grant them their every wish because that doesn't do anybody any good. Dennis is over on Twitch as well. Thank you, Dennis. Keeping our numbers between you and I at a solid 2. How many people we got on Twitch? 2. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. It gets a little preachy. I try to be careful and not be too preachy. No one's perfect, and we've all made our mistakes, and you just have to live with them and try not to make them again. I mentioned this a while ago, probably about a year ago. No, it was longer than that. I vowed I wasn't going to apologize. If it's appropriate, I'll apologize. But I used to apologize expecting that it would change things. Apologies to people rarely change anything. If I feel an apology is warranted, I will apologize. But much more importantly, I work to model very clearly that the mistake I made will not happen again. That, I think, is far more important. Anybody can apologize. And most of us know someone for whom an apology is valueless. Don't be that person. We're all going to screw up. And we've talked recently about how we learn by screwing up, that is our hardwired educational method, especially when we're talking about our training. How do we learn to keep our hands in a certain spot when we spar? Well, we get kicked in the head or whatever. How do we learn to do certain things at certain times and not others? We get kicked in the head. If you get kicked in the head enough, maybe you won't learn anything else, but I think you take my point. When you mess up, learn from it, make the change, don't blame other people, and improve. Stacy, maybe, Stacy's asking if we can post either of these. You know what, Stacy, can you shoot me a Facebook message right now and I can grab these and put them out? Please. Thank you. And what do we got for the last one here? Oh, let's switch this back so you can see it. Always remember that your success begins inside you. If you can't see it first, no one else ever will. Said another way, if you don't believe it's possible, it is not possible. It doesn't mean that simply believing in something will make it happen, but it is the necessary first step. No one ever achieved anything that they didn't believe was possible. They might have said they didn't believe it was possible because they were being humble, but they genuinely did. And so they did it, or they had it, or they accomplished it, or they fixed it, or whatever. The person who starts class and says, I'll never be a black belt. If that's important to them, if that's the reason they're there, they're lying. They may not know how they're going to get there. Maybe that's what they mean when they say it. But the people who actually don't believe they can progress towards their goals, they quit. And I think for some people, that's one of the reasons they quit, because they don't see a path forward. Jenny says, this exchange just happened. Me, her. Today is Chuck Norris' birthday, Matt. I didn't think Chuck Norris had birthdays. I thought he just existed. I can hear Matt's voice saying that. That's awesome. Oh, he says, you're not the boss of me. I just said to my dogs as I let them out for the 5th time this morning. That's a lot. It's a lot of times out. They must smell something. If you look around, I don't care if you're looking in the martial arts world, out of the martial arts world, every single person who has achieved something of significance will talk to you about these same things. You have to work hard. You have to be disciplined. You have to ignore other people telling you this can't be done. And you have to believe in yourself. And if you're around people that don't believe in you, you have to find new people. This is part of why I live alone in the woods. Because most people have told me that the things I'm trying to do are not possible. Well, that's been my whole life. Nobody told me I could find success with the IT company. Nobody told me. I mean, we've already done plenty of things that people told me couldn't be done. I don't believe I have limits. Are there the limits of physics? Yes, but I don't have limits. I can do anything that I want to do. And I'm doing it, and I will achieve it. I hope you have a great day. I hope whatever you're doing is awesome. I hope you do something martial arts wise today. Remember, we've got the 30-day email flexibility training. If you did the 30-day challenge, it's similar, but it's just focused on flexibility. I shouldn't say flexibility. The real word is mobility, but not everybody knows what that word means. Flexibility is, can you move can you manipulate your whatever in that range of motion? Mobility is your ability to use that range of motion. So it's the difference between doing a split, that's flexibility, and being able to kick up over your head like you were doing a split. That's mobility. Flexibility is just gravity helping you out. Mobility is you being able to apply that range of motion to something. And that's really what the program is. So give it a shot because it's free. It's about 10 minutes a day. We email you the workout. You literally have no excuses. If you want to get more flexible, you have no excuses. And that's how I design these things. Because that way, anybody who says, I want to get more flexible, and I tell them to do this, and then they don't do it, they don't actually want to get more flexible, and now I don't have to care. Tommy says, I'm digging this challenge. Good. I'm glad. Hopefully the snow holds off well enough that I can make it to Keene tomorrow and see some of you. And for all the rest of you, have a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you on Monday. Take care, everybody. Peace.